Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dustin Coyle, and you are listening to Intelligent Thoughts. This is, I think, episode number 32. Let me check that. 33. It's going to be a quick one, Bellator 178 recap. I don't have enough time to recap the whole UFC card for tomorrow, but since the Bellator fights are tonight, I do have to do it right now while I have a few minutes before I have to go back to work. So, without any further ado, let's start the show. All right, Bellator 178 is headlined by Daniel Strauss, the featherweight champion, and it's Strauss versus Pitbull 4. Patricio Pitbull, the ex-featherweight champion. They fought in their last fight. And that was, I guess that wasn't their last fight. That was Daniel Strauss' last fight. Unanimous decision victory in November of 2015, about a year and a half ago. Patricio Pitbull's most recent fight is actually a loss to Ben Henderson, TKO where he hurt his leg back almost a year ago, and then a win over Henry Corrales since the Strauss fight. Wasn't that cute? They have fought 3 times before, with Pitbull winning 2 of them. Let's see what the odds are for this one here. MMA, yes. Alrighty, so Strauss is a minus 175. It's a little bit interesting there. Pitbull a plus 150. I thought the odds would probably be a little bit closer. Let's see here. Strauss 25-6, 7 KO, 3 submissions, 5'8", 67-inch reach, fighting at an ATT. And we have Patricio Pitbull 25-4, 10 knockouts, 9 submissions, 3 inches shorter, 2 inches less on the reach. Black belt in jiu-jitsu, obviously, fighting out of Black House, Team Nogueira, Pitbull brothers. Excellent team there as well. I think that I'd probably like Pitbull in this fight. So it's a tough call. Daniel Strauss definitely looked good a year and a half ago, but there's a lot of ring rust that I think might be there. Surprised that I actually thought that Pitbull would be the favorite, so I'm a little bit surprised that we're seeing that as far as that's concerned. I think Pitbull gets the win, probably a unanimous decision victory. I don't see him being able to finish Strauss like he did, 10 months earlier in the year before he lost it. So in January of 2015, he submitted Daniel Strauss in the 4th round with a rear naked choke. I don't see it going, quite as much as that or quite that general direction, but I do think Pitbull does enough to get the victory here. Yeah, that's my call there. Take Pitbull. I might even bet on him as the underdog tonight. I should have said this fight is taking place at the Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort in Unescoville, Connecticut, the general home of Bellator. All right, in the women's flyweight division, we only have 4 cards we're going to break down too, so this is going to be a nice quick one. The women's flyweight division, we have Ilima Lee McFarlane versus Jessica Middleton. Ilima Lee's looked really good lately, fighting out of San Diego, Team Hurricane. She's 5-0, one knockout, 2 submissions, standing at 5'4". That's 3 inches shorter than Jessica Middleton. 3 more fights than Jessica Middleton has on her record. It's pretty difficult to tell. I haven't seen a lot of Jessica Middleton. She's just 2-0. Had a decision victory earlier in the year and then beat Bruna Ellen back in July for her professional debut. 3 times last year we saw McFarlane fight, all 3 victories, an armbar submission, a rear naked choke submission, and a decision victory there. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay, so Ilima Lee McFarlane is a minus 500, massive favorite. Jessica Middleton a plus 385, and I think that's probably just because you can't really tell. There's just so much, and there's not a ton of footage on McFarlane either, but there's just so much less footage on Jessica Middleton, and her being, hasn't even been a professional fighter for a full year yet. I think that I would probably take McFarlane as well, although this could be, this fight is a riskier one, honestly. Probably a better upside for your for your plus 385 for Middleton than you might traditionally think. However, I will take McFarlane, not touching the minus 500, but picking her to win the fight. All right, we move on to a catchweight bout, a catchweight at 165 pounds. We have, let's make sure that is still the case. Oh, I guess it will be a lightweight. They both decided to make 155. Good idea. Good for them. We have Ryan Quinn, sort of a jiu-jitsu somewhat superstar-ish, taking on Syed Awad. Quinn, winner of, 2 straight fights, split decision against McGrath in October. A knockout with some fat punches of Brett O'Terry back in June. Before that, lost a knockout from a pretty sick head kick from Alexander Chablet back in, March of last year. He's 13-6-1, 2 knockouts, 4 submissions, 5'8", and a black belt in jiu-jitsu, also fighting out of ATT, Coconut Creek, the same place as Daniel Strauss. Syed Awad, back-to-back losses. Otherwise, he's had a more promising career so far. Got knocked out by Brennan Ward in November, and before that lost a unanimous decision fight in August to Derek Anderson. But had a pretty nice knockout of Cyborg back in, May of last year, less than a year ago. First round TKO with some punches. He is 19-9, 8 KOs for him, 7 submissions for him, 5'11", quite a bit taller, 73.5-inch reach, massive reach on him. And he is fighting now out of San Bernardino, California. Not as good of a camp, but possibly a better fighter here. Let's take a look at the odds. All right, the odds are Syed Awad, minus 350, plus 285 for Ryan Quinn. I think I'm a little bit surprised by that, but much better level of competition Awad has faced, even with the back-to-back losses. And not a ton of wins, not a great winning percentage for Ryan Quinn either, considering that he has had an easier road of things. I probably like Awad, but I thought this fight should probably be a little closer, maybe a minus 200 type of a situation. Ryan Quinn is a good submission artist. Don't expect Awad to get caught up in anything like that, but, you don't necessarily expect that for anybody, So this could be a good battle back and forth. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to take Awad as well. Great height, great reach. And those type of people, I think it's usually, it's more difficult to submit somebody that's that much bigger than you in that way, for the most part, unless you catch their arm or catch their leg or something. All right. And the last fight we're going to talk about, how nice is this? We have from the featherweight division, AJ McKee. Everybody's excited about this motherfucker. Fighting Dominic Mazzada, the return of Dominic Mazzada. Mazzada just won a split decision in December against Solon Staley. Before that, submitted Keith Richardson in September with a guillotine, second round. Before that, submitted Rob Hanna with a third round rear naked choke back in March of last year. He's standing at 11-1. 1 knockout. He's got 8 submissions on his record. 5'7". And AJ McKee, the beast. 7-0 on his career. 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. So definitely much better striker here. McKee is. Mazzada, though, is slick submission artist there. 5'10" for McKee. 3 inches taller, a 73-inch reach. Massive for the 145-pound division. Fighting out of Lakewood, California. Just 22 years old. Serious up-and-comer here. He had a unanimous decision victory in January, the end of January, over Brandon Phillips. Just a month before that, he had a unanimous decision victory over Ray Wood. And then he also submitted Cody Walker with a second-round guillotine back in August of last year. I think that's all of his fights for Bellator, but definitely somebody that people are talking about here. Let's look at the spread. And we are looking at AJ McKee, massive favorite, minus 475, plus 375 for Dominic Mazzada. This fight, I think, is going to be closer than that, but the striking advantage is going to be massive for AJ McKee. I think that AJ McKee is going to win with a knockout. It'll probably just be difficult. I'm going to go second round. Mazada's going to be looking for some sort of a takedown, looking to initiate a clinch, initiate some sort of a scramble like that. And I think it'll be more difficult than projected. For the first round, I think in the second round, Maki is probably going to really start to land the hands a little bit and get a fat knockout. All right, so that is going to bring us to the end of the show. A nice 10.5-minute podcast for you guys. I got to go to work anyway. I'm sorry about that. Tomorrow you're going to get what is it? Sorry, the UFC recap show, and you're going to get probably the NBA Weekly playoff week 2 type of a situation. Until then, everybody enjoy the night, watch your fights, be with your family. Have a good one. I love you.